Services Court with Judge Ross. Lauren Fryer says she loaned her ex-brother-in-law money to save his business. She says that now she has divorced his brother, he refuses to repay the loan. She's suing for $2,000. Ryan Thompson says his ex-sister-in-law forgave the loan after she married his brother. He says now that she's divorced his brother, she all of a sudden wants the money back.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. Lauren Fryer, I understand you're suing Ryan Thompson for $2,000 based on monies that you initially loaned to Mr. Thompson. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, let's talk about these monies. What happened?
Well, this is money that I lent him. He was in a financial bind when he had to do payroll. He works construction and he had to pay his workers. And his, sorry, let me back up. He's my ex-brother-in-law.
He's your ex-brother-in-law?
He's my ex-brother-in-law, and this was before I ever married his brother. This was back when I was dating his brother, and I was starting to become part of the family and get to know him, and I thought he was my friend at the time.
So while you were dating his brother, the two of you had an agreement in terms of some monies?
Well, yeah, he knew that I had come into...
It wasn't a loan.
It absolutely was a loan. I lent him money. He said that his client should be paying him by the following week and that he could get it right back to me. This was $2,000 to cover his payroll. Now, is there any reason why
he would be asking you
He
for
knew
money?
that I had just recently come into an inheritance, and
I
guess he felt comfortable. Maybe he didn't have anybody else to hit up for this money, and he knows I'm a nice person, so he came after me for this $2,000.
Talk to me, Mr. Thompson.
I don't even know why I'm here.
Well, first of all, unfold your hands. And the reason why you're here is because you're being sued. All right? And we're in a courtroom. And she wants her money back. You with me so far?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, what I need to know is, how did this come about with respect to this money?
I'm a contractor, and I was working with a very difficult client who was not happy with the work because of one of my previous employees, and I was having problems making payroll. And
did you ask Ms. Fryer for some money?
We had a conversation about it, and she...
Did you ask her for some money?
No, she volunteered to give me money.
Whoa, that is not true.
I don't need you to do my job. This is what I do. I do it pretty good. How did it come about that there was $2,000 that went from her pocket to your pocket?
It came about as we were having a conversation about me needing payroll, me needing to make payroll.
Who initiated the conversation?
She did.
She's initiating conversation with you about your payroll?
No,
really?
I mean, we were talking about it.
Now, where was your brother at the time?
I don't even think he was in the room.
All right. And what about any other family members? It was just the two of you?
I think it was just the two of us, yes.
And at this point, are you and the... You said ex-brother-in-law. You're not married anymore.
No, we're no longer married. I want to move on with my life and get away from this family.
All right, so at that point, were you his fiancé? Were you still dating? What?
We were dating. We had been dating for about a year, and it was right around this time that Derek proposed to me.
Derek is the ex-husband?
Derek is his brother.
His brother.
Yeah.
All right, so Derek proposes. Now, at this point, have you already loaned the $2,000 to Mr. Thompson?
Yeah, and he had said it would be paid back in a week, and then it became a month, and then it became 2 months.
All right, and so what was the understanding between the two parties?
Well, our understanding was that his client hadn't paid him in full, and that's why he couldn't pay his workers.
And did you have some sort of signed agreement stating this?
No, but I do have a bank statement with the...
Let's take a look. So, Mr. Thompson?
With the $2,000.
Your brother Derek hadn't proposed yet. You have a conversation with Ms. Fryer. What are you saying? She was trying to get in good with the family?
No, I don't know. She's just she's a very nice person, and I thought that she was just helping me out. I honestly thought that she was helping me out. She offered to give me the money, and you know,
and no members of the family said, "Now you know you can't just keep this money."
Derek actually was the one that talked to her about me not having to repay the loan, and that's when she sent me the email that said that she didn't have to worry, that I didn't have to worry about paying.
Let me take a look at that. Because I'm looking here, so you cashed the check for $2,000.
The bottom one was the email I sent her, and her reply was the top.
Hey, Lauren, I don't have the money to pay you back this week. I will have it by the end of the month, I promise. Ryan. Okay, you just gave me this. That supports what she's saying. You don't get that?
At that point, Yes, I was going to pay her back, but she said...
Why were you going to pay her back if it was a gift?
Well, I felt bad because of the divorce and everything.
What? This was before the divorce.
Well,
This was
hold on
when
a
Derek
moment.
and I were married.
I'm reading the above email saying, Ryan, don't worry about the money. We're family. Now, your new sister, Lauren.
Coming up on America's Court.
Trusting him as a future brother-in-law and as a friend, and then he plans this thing where my husband betrays me.
I understand.
But you can't hold me
and so,
responsible
Mr. Thompson,
for that because Mr. Thompson must be the one that's supposed to do it.
Hold it!
America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Lauren Fryer, who is suing her ex-brother-in-law, Ryan Thompson, for refusing to repay a personal loan.
So you all had an agreement that this money was a loan.
Yes.
And so you did send this email saying, don't worry about it, we're family now, your new sister?
Yeah, probably right after.
So was
I
it at that
married.
point that you switched it from being a loan to a gift?
Well, Derek came and spoke with me about easing up on his brother, saying his brother was still having a hard time, and we're family now, and we shouldn't have these kind of things between us. And you know what? I felt really good about it. I was a newlywed. I was like, yeah, okay, you
All
know.
right. Well, what changed?
What changed? About a year into our marriage, I found some photos from the bachelor party, which Ryan had thrown. And
You can't hold me responsible for
Okay,
that.
hang
Mr.
on.
Thompson, let her finish the story. Tell me about the bachelor party.
well, okay. In the photos, there's strippers all over Derek, and when I asked Derek about it, he confessed that he had actually slept with one of the strippers. This was 3 days before our wedding, and this party was planned by Ryan, who I had lent this money to.
And you're holding Mr. Thompson responsible for the actions of your husband.
Not responsible. What I'm saying is that after I do this really kind thing for him and, you know, let him take his time with paying me back, and I'm trusting him. I'm trusting him as a future brother-in-law and as a friend, and then he plans this thing where my husband betrays me.
Well, okay, I understand.
But you can't hold me
and so,
responsible
Mr.
for
Thompson,
that because Mr. Thompson must be the one that's supposed to do it.
hold it! I get it. So many times when we have these cases in this courtroom, it's always, was it a gift? Was it a loan? Was it a gift? Was it a loan? But based on the testimony presented here and the evidence before this court, the gavel is going to come down in favor of the defendant. You had a binding agreement. When you got married, you rescinded that agreement saying, don't worry about the money, we're family now. What started as a loan, you converted into a gift. Derek did something to hurt you. He broke the sanctity of the relationship. I get it. You can't then reconvert a gift back into a loan because by your own testimony, you already made it a gift. So in this instance, it is a gift. And if it's a gift, you are not entitled to get the money back. Your case is dismissed. That is the order.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the defendant.
I learned a really valuable lesson from Judge Ross. I thought that just because somebody was family, that meant I could trust them.
She's a sweet girl and everything, but I really don't think that I should be held responsible.
Follow America's Court on Facebook and Twitter. This has been a production of Entertainment.